Did Shakespeare steal from other authors? It's a valid question. Let me explain. In 1579, when Shakespeare was 15 years old, Sir Thomas North's translation of Plutarch's Lives of the Noble Grecians and Romans was first published in English. The original set of biographies, already a millennium and a half old by Shakespeare's christening, were first written in the Attic Greek language of the 2nd century AD, and they detail the triumphs and tragedies of 48 famous Mediterranean men, Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, and Mark Antony, to name a few. North's first edition was dedicated to Queen Elizabeth and served as a primary source material for many of Shakespeare's Greco-Roman plays, such as Timon of Athens, Coriolanus, Julius Caesar, Antony and Cleopatra. Now, many playwrights of this era were fearless borrowers, and Shakespeare was no exception. In fact, several phrases in Antony and Cleopatra are taken from North's volumes, including this famous description of Cleopatra. For her own person, it beggared all description. She did lie in her pavilion, cloth of gold tissue, or picturing that Venus where we see the fancy outward nature. On each side, her stood pretty dimpled boys like smiling cupids with divers colored fans, whose wind did seem to glow the delicate cheeks which they did cool, and what they undid did. Compare that now with North's original. And now for the person of herself. She was laid under a pavilion of cloth of gold of tissue, apparelled and attired like the goddess Venus, commonly drawn in picture, and hard by her, on either hand of her, pretty fair boys, apparelled as painters, do set forth God Cupid, with little fans in their hands, which they fanned win upon her.
Plagiarism or creative license? You be the judge. See Antony and Cleopatra at Adderley Amphitheater at Cascades Park, May 11th through 14th.